Greetings. I hope you're doing well today. My name is Tinka from universaldreamstudio.com. How wonderful it is to explore the vast expanse of my dreams in my nightly adventures. In my dreams, I've often been drawn to two mesmerizing halls, bustling with life and energy, and I'm surrounded by a lot of people, children and adults alike. What makes these halls even more fascinating is the difference between the two of them. One seems to be the hub of all activity, while the other is often an empty space or less crowded. In my most mesmerizing dreams, I see both halls, identical and opposite. In one particularly fascinating dream, I stumbled upon two offices. One was empty, while the other was filled with people working hard. Of course, this sparkled my curiosity. I pondered about these recurring dreams a long time. But then a very insightful dream occurred, shining light on this mystery. I narrate this dream today and explain the wisdom that can be found in it. It's the result of my personal development, life insights, and my knowledge of dream language. The Hallway Divide. Discovering a wealthy family's secrets. I find myself in a hall consisting of two parts, separated by a large bulkhead. Together with a small group of people and two children who are not mine, I walk through one of the halls. We leave the hall and walk outside, and after a while we return. To our surprise, the bulkhead between the two halls has disappeared, making them one entity now. We immediately notice that the other part of the hall is much more luxurious and businesslike than ours. The intention is for the children I'm caring for to get to know the family that lives in the other part of the hall and go to school there. It is a wealthy business family living in luxury. We walk to the other part of the hall and are greeted by a woman unknown to us. She turns out to be a relative of the children and introduces herself to us. She leads us around the new space, both inside and outside. The outer space is sleek and organized, with many straight and square buildings and paved roads. At both the beginning and end of a street are women with pre-tied money bags. People who want to walk down this street must pay. It seems that this family really loves their luxury lifestyle and wants to maintain it at all costs. We meet a disabled member of the family who is in a wheelchair. The young woman showing us around pushes him rock hard and disappears from sight. Interested, I observe her curious behavior and realize that there may be more going on within this family than we initially thought. The father of the children in my care has been having an affair with a woman in this family. We've never met them before and don't know them, so I'm curious to see what will happen when we meet them. As the woman drives the disabled man away, I walk back to where a woman is standing with a money bag. She lets me through for free, and I end up in a small theater. Near a small stage is a billboard listing various performances. Another woman points me to this billboard and tells me I have to pay if I want to see any of the performances. I decide not to pay and leave the theater again. The woman showing us around comes back and continues to take us on her tour of the city. She leads us through narrow streets and buildings. Along the way, I'm pointed to a back square where there is something special to see. We walk there and I see a large, male, pink boar running between me and an unknown man. The animal immediately rushes after the females, standing a short distance away in the square. Back to back in a line, black boars rush past him. also toward the females who are gathered across the square at the entrance to a fire break and are now getting restless. Not much later, they are standing by the females, ready to stitch them up. The females, however, run away. I see them all across the street by a wall of a hallway. The big male chooses a female first, and he manages to screw her. After this bizarre event, the woman takes us to a businessman, the patriarch of the family. I ask him to show me the storage area where they have their ice cream products. He takes me to a small storage area similar to the refrigerated area of a supermarket. I look around and don't immediately see the stored ice cream until he points out the wooden door to my left. As I walk toward the door, I tell him somewhat surprised that I remember this was a restroom at my place. I open the door and see all the luxurious and beautifully wrapped ice cream. I grab one among them, look admiringly at the luxury of it, and compliment the man by my side. I have come to an understanding that the two holes I encounter in my dreams are a representation of the two hemispheres of my brains. One is the male side, also associated with the rationale. The other is the female side, also associated with emotions. Through these dreams, I've learned that many of us have a preference for one side or the other, but we are capable of assessing both. It is like having two different tools in our toolbox that can be used for different purposes, and we can use them as needed. In this profound dream, I had the privilege of being given a guided tour of both the internal and external worlds of experience. It was an incredible journey that began with me nurturing my feminine side and learning to embrace my feelings. Although my emotions were initially out of balance, I was able to overcome this challenge by gaining practical social and emotional experiences that helped me to find my balance. As I moved down one hall, I reflected on how disorganized my life was at the time. In dreams, this was symbolized metaphorically by scattered luggage, boxes, and paper in both the internal and outer courtyard. Despite this chaos, I continued on my journey with determination and optimism. However, I encountered a bulkhead that prevented me from accessing the other hall. Despite catching glimpses of it from time to time, through this dream I knew that I had to complete my emotional journey before I could explore this new territory. Overall, this dream was a powerful reminder that self-discovery and growth are never easy, but they are always worth it. Through patience, perseverance, and a positive mindset, we can overcome any obstacle and reach our full potential. As soon as the bulkhead was removed, I was finally able to freely enter the well-organized and financially prosperous hall that I had been glimpsing for so long. This was a wonderful new time of my life where I continued to hone my organizational skills and develop a more practical nature. In a later dream, I was shown that people can spend their entire lives in one of the two halls and never even realize that there is another hall available to them. It struck me deeply as I realized that I myself had spent a long time in one of these halls, completely unaware of the other. It's a sign of growth in conscious awareness and balance between the male and female sides to freely move around in both. I've grown up in a society where rationality was highly valued, and this hall reflected that. It was already well structured, which made it easier to continue my development in an equivalent manner in both halls. However, I never forgot the lessons I learned during my emotional journey. Through life experiences that matched what I'd gone through, I came to appreciate the importance of balance in our lives. Our inner selves are naturally wired to seek out balance, and I found that true happiness comes from experiencing this balance. I want to share with you an inspiring perspective on the concept of balance, which I believe can help us cultivate a greater sense of harmony and well being in our lives. Balance at its core is about cultivating an equivalent development of both our rational and emotional selves, or what some may call our masculine and feminine energies. When we achieve this balance, we are able to live from a place of wholeness and integration, rather than feeling pulled in different directions by conflicting aspects of our being. However, it's important to recognize that this balance can occur when we develop one aspect of ourselves disproportionately to the other. This can lead to feelings of being ungrounded, disconnected, or out of touch with true love, our inner wisdom, and intuition. That's why it's so important to consciously work towards balancing both our masculine and feminine energies, allowing them to merge and harmonize within us. This phenomenon is sometimes referred to as the sacred marriage, a beautiful metaphor for the integration of different aspects of ourselves into a unified whole. In my own personal journey towards balance, in my dreams I have found that this process often involves multiple marriages of sorts. These marriages occur when I've consciously balanced a particular aspect of myself, allowing it to integrate fully into my being. And while this is an ongoing process that requires ongoing effort and attention, I feel excited and hopeful about the possibilities that lie ahead. I also want to share with you a positive and warm perspective on the role of others in our personal growth and development. Throughout my life, I have met countless individuals who have played a crucial role in shaping who I am today. Some have taught me through difficult experiences, while others have shown me kindness and compassion, helping me to develop new character traits, functions, and skills. These lessons encompass character traits, functions, and skills that we can develop to enhance our personal growth and development, and have been reflected in my dreams, where I've seen examples of both masculine and feminine energies coming together. In my dreams, I've witnessed examples of all three elements, and I'm certain that there are still more aspects of ourselves waiting to be discovered. When I achieve balance between my masculine and feminine energies, a marriage takes place in my dreams as a result of the achieved balance. I've seen this wonderfully played out with a female and a male doctor, and a female and male psychologist. Another example where I was both guided in my dreams as well as matching real life experiences is about improving my communication skills. Clear and empathetic two sided communication is key to building strong relationships and creating meaningful connections. I have observed how developing this skill can positively impact all aspects of my life, and learned from miscommunication in relationships when I seem to be unable to achieve the required communication skills in challenging situations. This resulted in life experiences where both I and the involved people got hurt, in my dreams and real life, leading to a marriage cancellation. It's often these most challenging experiences that guide us to bring out the best in ourselves, even when at the time it doesn't feel that way at all. Of course, points of development have a narrative setup. So, at the start of the developmental story, I first encounter my disbalance and get to a point where there's no other path forwards than to actively work to develop these specific points of development and ultimately transform them. Finally, an example of a character trait that was guided in my dreams as well. such as the importance of practicing restraint in difficult life situations. By training myself to exercise restraint, I'm capable of achieving greater self control and ethical wellness, and ultimately greater success in my personal and professional life. It has been my experience that I and the significant people I meet in my life journey can all learn similar life lessons, yet they may manifest in different ways, depending on the individual. It's also entirely possible that the involved people all have different developmental lessons. When it comes to relationships, two people can have similar life goals and values, but sometimes there are differences that cannot be reconciled. In these situations, in my dreams, I saw that sometimes a planned marriage cannot proceed if either party is not truly happy or if there are insurmountable conflicts that arise. However, what I have observed is that in many cases, one or both individuals may need to embark on a developmental journey before they can reach a point of true equivalence in their relationship. The marriage might be cancelled, a friendship broken, but development is almost sure to take place. Painful as these types of experiences may be at the time, they help us to understand the concept of unconditional love. The journey can take many forms, both metaphorically and in reality, and can involve personal growth, education, or any number of other experiences. But ultimately, it is only through this process that both individuals can reach a place of harmony and understanding. More and more, I come to understand the importance of embracing both our differences and imperfections, and even our shadow sides. That makes us unique, while recognizing that sometimes we must embark on our own journeys of self discovery and growth before we can truly come together with another person in a meaningful and fulfilling way, or truly shine our inner lights brightly. When we achieve balance between the masculine and feminine energies within us, it's like the gentle swing of a pendulum in a clock, constantly moving, but never reaching an extreme. It's in this state that we are able to live from the heart and be truly in tune with ourselves and those around us. Living from the heart means that we are able to show empathy and unconditional love towards others. Our words and actions are in harmony, reflecting the true essence of who we are. It's a beautiful way to live and strive for, and one that can bring so much joy and peace into our lives. In this video, we delved into the recurring dreams of the two wholes. And through our journey, we uncovered the underlying message that these dreams were trying to convey. The two wholes were a representation of the two hemispheres of our brains, the feminine side and the male side. They taught us the importance of balancing both sides of our being. Understanding our dreams and the messages that lie within them can bring clarity into our waking lives. They empower us to lead a more fulfilling and balanced existence. Looking back at my journey so far, I feel immense gratitude for all the experiences that have brought me to where I am today. I know that challenges will arise, but with the lessons I learned, I'm sure I can meet the challenges head-on and thrive. If you like my videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that notification button, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.